Thank you so much for having me, Rabbi Kamiter. And mikveh is my specialty, but speaking for such a crowd is not. But I'm hoping that I will do a good job and making the Rebbe proud. So as all you know, I'm from Iran, Tehran. It was a country that I loved, and I still do love it, and I do still miss that country. And the country was very, very rich of history. Everywhere you went, you saw that there was a part of history there. Talking about Achashverosh, we had Achashverosh there, but not the name of Achashverosh. His name was Shah. And TV stations were always talking about Shah day and night. And it was something to see, and it was an amazing country. Life was simple. As a Jew, you were very proud to be Jewish. You would walk up in the streets and you would say, thank God I'm Jewish and I have a community. And it came to a time that I remember around 1978, my grandfather went to shul, came home from shul one day, and he said, guess what? I got this brochure, and it was all in Farsi language. And I was like so excited to see this brochure. I think it had the Rebbe's picture on it on the side, but it was a picture of a mom and a daughter lighting candles. And it had a few different notes, like telling everybody advice of what to do, like mitzvahs to do for Jewish women and Jewish men. I was very young. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember a few things that touched me forever and ever and ever. One of them was, make sure your holy books, you keep them in a proper place. Keep them in your houses, but make sure they're in good places. So I went around my house looking for Tehillim, for Chumashim, and put them nicely on the shelf. Then the other one was keeping Shabbos. I remember the other thing that really touched me forever was Ahavat Yisrael. V'ahavta l'recha kamocha. That was the last thing that the Rebbe mentioned. And at the bottom it said that we have a yeshiva in Brooklyn. It's Crown Heights community, and the name of the rabbi was Herzl Ilulian. That was the shliach. I didn't think much about it. I just loved it. It was like I found this treasure pamphlet. I took it, put it in my collections. I used to have lots of stamps, notes about Israel. I had them all in a box. I put them in the box. And once in a while, I would go and look at this brochure, look at this woman lighting candles. It would make me very excited just to look at it. And then it came about summer of that year. I was by my aunt for Shabbos, and my aunt lived on the other side of the community. It was a big town, Tehran, and the shul was a bigger shul. So that shul, there were a lot of people in the shul, and right at the end of the davening, everybody got so excited. Everyone, let's be quiet. There's 3 big rabbis from America, they're here. And here walks in 3 rabbis. 2 rabbis from America, and one was a younger rabbi from Italy, but he was really originally from Iran. So they started talking, and then they said that the Rebbe has this vision that he wants to help all the Jewish children, and we're here to help you to give visas. If you have any children that you're interested to send to America, gladly we'll have a home for them. They'll be like our children. They'll go to yeshivas, and they'll be happy, and we'll take care of them. And I listened to them. It was just, I felt their warmth and their love, but I didn't think anything about it. I would never leave my family. My family was everything I had. I left, that's it. I didn't even think about it. But I would say about 2 or 3 weeks later, the whole thing started. There were riots all over the city of Tehran. People were like killing each other. I saw a lot of horrible things in the streets, and the Shah was overthrown. The Shah, this big king that everybody was afraid of, that looked up to, all of a sudden was gone. And it was horrible. It was like they were hanging right and left, people who were wealthy, people who were even the Jews. It was very, very sad, but I still would say, no way, I'm not leaving my family. My family is everything I have. It came to a time that I kept on hearing children are running away. They're all going to America through Chabad, and I still wouldn't bark. Then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened to me. I got up one morning, I said, you know what, I think it's time. I kept on hearing this is the last time you could do it. Either you're gonna do it this Thursday, you're gonna leave from Iran, or no way, you're not gonna ever leave the country. So I made a decision, I said, you know what, God, you're the one who's gonna help me to make this decision. I'm gonna go, I'm getting a little emotional, sorry. And I will make a decision. I went to the place that the 3 rabbis kept on talking about, giving children visas. I went in, my first grade rabbi was standing right at the end of the classroom, and he saw me from far away. He called my name, he said, you come on. You don't have to go online, come. Here's the visa for you. Just take it and go. You gotta get out of the country. I took, the name wasn't my name, it was somebody else's visa. He just handed it to me. It said Janet Sayoni. I said, but Rabbi, what do I do with this? He said, wipe it out, put down your name, go, get out. You only have time till Thursday. I took it, I left. And a few blocks later, away from there, was the passport department. I go in, I see the passport department. There were crowds and crowds, so many people there. There were probably thousands and thousands of people standing in line, streets like it would go forever. I went in, there was a soldier standing by the guard, a guard standing by the door. I said, sir, I'm trying to get a passport. Is there any way, which way do I go? So he said, do you see the line? Maybe go get yourself a pillow and a blanket and think about staying at the end of the line for hours and hours before you get in. I said, sorry, I didn't realize. I started walking to see where the line ended, kept on walking and walking. Then all of a sudden I feel a pat on my back. In Iran, the men call the woman sister, brother. So he said, sister, just don't look behind you, follow me, I will help you. I won't suggest you should guys do this, but I did. I followed him. I followed him and followed him. He went from one tiny alley to another alley to another alley, and then there was a broken window right in the middle. He went right in, and I went right in with him. Then we went, there were tons of people in the department itself. I had a hard time just finding him, following him. He went up to the passport department and he said, just sister, tell me, why do you have to leave? So I said, I think I have a brain tumor and the surgery should be done by Thursday. So he said, I understand. Here's a passport for you. I sign it for you, and here you go. It's all on me. And then I grabbed it. I was ready to leave. He said, sister, you understand that you have to pay $2,000 a month to the bank before you leave if you really want to leave by Thursday. You know that. I said, I didn't realize. So this is all new to me. He said, here, he took out $2,000 a month right out of his pocket, handed it to me. He said, go, it's 5 to 12. They're going to close up the bank in 5 minutes. The bank was right across the street and was special bank for the passport department. So right before I left, I said, but how am I going to pay you this money back? He said, you could come tomorrow, 9 a.m., right around the corner and hand it to me if you want. Oh, and then he said, but you know, you must come back anyway because the Prime Minister himself has to stamp the passport. He himself looks at every passport to see if you really have brain tumor. Then you will get your passport and leave. Is that understood? I said, yes. I went, the minute I walked into the bank, they locked the door. I was the last person. So I said, God, this must be the sign. I went home, I told everyone. Everyone cried for days and 3 days. This is Monday, it was Thursday, my flight. I got my ticket the same day. And I wiped out the visa, and then by Thursday, I was ready. Oh, the next day also, I forgot to say, I went to see him to give him his money because I was afraid he's going to come after my family. Meanwhile, my family was all crying all day, don't go, this is all a game, he's going to kill you, it's not good, don't go. But I didn't listen. I left the house, and he was standing waiting for me. I gave him the money. He took it to the corner, and he came back to show me the signature, the stamp. And the minute I got it from him, I said, thank you so much, and I ran like a crazy girl away from him. So I figured these are all the signs for me to leave and come to America. I was loved by everyone in my family. I can't tell you guys, got a lot of attention from aunts, uncles, cousins. They all loved me, and I loved them very much. It was a very hard decision. But at the end, I knew it was God and the Rebbe. If I didn't know that the Rebbe was there to take care of me, I don't think just having God around, I would have done it. We came from Iran, we went to Italy. The rabbi that was there met us in Italy for a few days. Then we all went to Crown Heights. In Crown Heights, the Rebbe made sure that everybody was settled. Every single family in Crown Heights had 4 or 5 children there. And these are children that didn't know any language. The Rebbe made sure that they all had their Persian food. And they opened up a Sephardi shul just specially for Persians. And it was like, this video brought me back tears and a lot of memories, because I used to go to every single Farbrengen and just sit down and watch the tzaddik saying this Farbrengen for hours and hours and feel his love. And after a few years, I was able, thank God, to get married and have my children and my beautiful family. All I could say is 45 years ago when I left, and I cried and cried. If I knew I'm going to be standing here and talking to everyone, inspire everyone, I don't know, maybe I could have cried a little bit less, I don't know. And we all miss the Rebbe very much. He was a very big part of our life, and I wish, like, especially nowadays, it's very hard not to have him around. And I'm so grateful to be able to tell you guys my story, and thank you so much.